get it going. So, everybody? Welcome back for another Razor Company Artisan Spotlight. It is Friday night, and we do these. We're coming at you live from the Razor Company. You can see. So, I'm very excited. I'm Angelo.
I'm J-Mac. Crystal. I'm Crystal. Every Friday night, we interview the biggest names in traditional shaving. If that interests you, be sure and subscribe.
So tonight we're going to be interviewing Melody and Zack. I almost put them together. I always said Mac. Sorry. From Moon Soaps, and we couldn't be more excited. And also, you guys have been making premium shaving products for quite some time now. So we're very, eager to learn everything about you guys, about the company, and just, see what it is that we can, be able to take away from this, and people will be able to get to know you guys and also Moon Soaps. So one, of course, thank you again for taking your time, but also
for inviting us. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
Yeah. So by all means, you guys have the floor. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and about the company.
Well, Moon Soap started back in 2008 when I had just kind of started making soap, cold process bath soaps, bars. I wanted something as an outlet. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I needed a source of income to provide for my family in order to stay home. Like, babysitters are too expensive, and I actually have a degree in interior design, and I decided I wanted to just make soap instead. And so it just kind of took off, selling to local shops and businesses. And I love making soap. It's kind of like an outlet for me. And I've always loved scent, has always had a big part of my life. And so having those two things kind of combine is awesome. And so then fast forward several years.
Yeah.
He got into wet shaving.
Well, yeah, initially it was almost exclusively bar soaps.
Bar soap, sugar scrub.
And then you added in body scrubs.
Yeah.
And then lotion kind of made its way in a little later.
Yeah, body creams, like lip balms, all kind of. It was more geared towards the female clientele, though.
Definitely.
So.
And yeah, then shave soap came along, and the way it started is we were looking for something for me, just to eliminate razor burn and just a better shave product. So we started looking around and realizing, okay, well, there are shave soaps out there, there are shave creams that you can whip yourselves, and just kind of asking the question, what makes this soap different from a bar soap? So that was really the first question. We started analyzing it, breaking it apart, and we kind of spent a lot of time learning about the process. It was a hot process soap rather than
cold
process that Melody was doing before with our soaps.
Yeah.
And so there was it was kind of a fun thing that was thrown on me, like, just figure it out. Is kind of what you said.
Tallow was how it really got started. Was
and
like,
then,
what are you doing
as we're doing more experimentation and research, we're finding that tallow is an ingredient that's coming up over and over again. And I've been a butcher since I turned 19. I've been doing this forever.
That's cool.
It is.
Having access to beef tallow, that was we could do that. So I learned how to render tallow. We learned how to make soap and learned how to make shave soap. And it was just all these things put together. And when we finally did, settle on a recipe that we liked, the idea really was to have just this one item. Yeah, Old School was the first one we did. And the idea was to have just this one item that we could add to the website, really as just an added pickup for the women that were already shopping. There was just something they could get for their husband.
Well,
that was kind of the initial idea.
We did a craft fair, a local holiday craft fair, and I had my regulars, and they would show up, and we sold out in a day of all of our shaving soaps that we made.
So it was a three-day fair.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's still my favorite scent out of the whole batch. I love that scent. That is a great date night scent.
Ooh, wow.
Most wives love that scent.
I smelled them all, but
I
needed a refresher.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Tobacco, vanilla.
Yeah. It's so good.
absolutely
So
love this.
so yeah, that was our first one, and then we were contacted.
And that's what kind of got everything rolling from
Kind of
that point
going,
on.
yeah.
And we were just kind of in it.
Yeah. And then it's just been kind of like one thing after another, like in a good way. You always hear that in a bad context, but
Right.
no, like you get into like a couple retailers, or then you get these emails from people loving your product, and that like makes it all worth it to me. Is like, that's what I love getting, is when I get an email from somebody and they say how much they love our product. I'm like, oh, that's so awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just having that connection with people, because I feel like a lot of soap makers too, each scent is kind of like almost like a piece of art, you know, where you're portraying it in a way. And so when people understand it, it gets you happy, you know?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it just makes it all kind of like, okay, you get where we want to go with this. So that's kind of how it started.
Zach, you mentioned that you're a butcher and you've been doing it since you were 19.
Yeah.
So is Moon Soaps, like, is this your guys' full-time job, or are you guys still having, you still have like a 9 to 5?
So
it's Melody's
it's my
full-time
full-time job.
I'm still,
Yeah.
well, actually, I have a bashed up wrist. I had wrist surgery a month ago. So, meat cutting is still my primary job. And I've done a lot of stuff on the side in addition, but Moon Soaps has kind of taken up all my side time. But I'm still working as a meat cutter.
So
Gotta get that insurance for the kids.
It's the insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of side jobs, you have designs, yes?
Yes.
And you've done the labels for the
Everything is all made
I've
by
done
us.
all the artwork, the websites. I mean, basically our business, everything we do is done in-house. Very little
that's
is
fabulous. Yeah.
is dropped out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I've done I used to have a screen printing shop.
Okay.
And so that was, where I kind of got things going with learning graphic design. I used to do illustrations and graphic designs for clients. I got into the gig poster thing. If you go on my website now, kentdesigns.com, that's just my concert posters that I've done.
Okay.
So he did like Social Distortion, AFI, like a lot of, Flog and Molly.
I got to work with a lot of really cool bands.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of really awesome bands. And, but then with the labels, it's more of like, we both kind of work on them together. I mean, Zack does all the computer stuff because I hate computers, but like we kind of go through the process together.
Fact of the matter is, I don't care for computers too much either, but it's kind of a necessity.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Necessary evil to do things we need, like labels.
Well, I love the fact that this is like, just a husband and wife team they're doing this, and you guys are doing everything in-house together. That is so awesome. So kudos to that. That is so amazing. And also
this business has really pushed our skill set. There's constantly things that come up that we need to deal with, whether it be photography, learning how to light a product shoot.
Oh God, that's so tedious.
Things come up all the time that I have to, like my just construction skills come up. Like I have to build a jig to cut dividers to go inside our cases for bottles. Things come up constantly, so we're always on our toes.
That's a good example. Like when you guys receive our packages at the Razor Company, the dividers are all cut by us. So we make all of those ourselves because we never want the bottle to come in, like the jar soap, the label to be funky or torn or anything like that. Like we always want it to look like the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So he
so
created
cool.
like this whole contraption that we have to cut it out and all that stuff. So that's like everything is like so hands-on. Like we do a lot to the point where I think we need to start looking at options of other people to help us. Like I don't like doing the photography is never like fun for me. I know a lot of guys do send like shave of the day and everything. And these pictures that some of the customers do are so good that I'm like, what? Like, I'm just not good at that. Like,
Yeah.
So
I
still
understand
working
that.
on photos.
Yeah, see, she does a lot of the pictures too, and she does some great stuff for her shave of the days. And then there's just sometimes like something just may not mesh well, and she'd be like, "Just grab me." I mean, she doesn't that.
Fix it.
Help with this. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, so someone just commented that you make amazing brushes. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, that was another thing we needed that I had to figure out.
Okay.
Because you
going
wanted to.
back to when we were doing craft fairs many years ago, we started selling our shave soaps with an aftershave, and we wanted to have a bowl and a shave brush in there. And so it kind of left us with this option of, well, we can order just basic brushes from China, or we can make them ourselves. And that kind of gave me the opportunity to figure out how to pressure cast resin and how to turn a handle. And I've kind of expanded on my woodworking as well. It's just a lot of fun to work on that stuff. And every brush is a whole new idea and a whole new way of going about it.
He really loves making brushes. I think if the aspect of all of this, I think he'd rather be making brushes than anything else. Like, he is chomping at the bit to get out there and do it. And like, Zack is not the type of guy that just sits still and doesn't do anything.
You're like,
so this is 16 weeks in this cast until he can do like anything. Like, he's the cook too. I have to take up cooking, and I like making skincare. Don't like cooking. Don't like it.
I like it. You can do it.
Nope.
It ain't my thing. I'll make a mean, bar of soap, but I don't want to make a casserole, like,
That's so awesome.
Yeah, this surgery has really bummed me out because I'm a very hands-on person. If I don't sit around and watch TV. I can't do that. So to not be able to do all these things I want to do with my hands is really getting frustrating.
Yeah. So he'll be making some good brushes when this is all done.
Yeah, I've got a box of blanks that are waiting for me out in the shops.
Yeah. Another person just commented that your brushes sell out immediately. I was like, where do I get one?
Yeah.
Well, people should get on our mailing list, of course, on the websites, because we do send out emails when we have stuff coming out.
Nice.
And of course,
so they do drops.
Following Melody,
Very nice.
Following Melody on Instagram is a great way to help with this too.
So your product line that started with bar soaps.
Yeah, just like this kind. Like, I've always
that's really pretty.
Swirl on top, that kind of, like, it was right when like you didn't have like YouTube or like TikTok to learn how to make soaps. I had to like go and get an actual book out of the library. And so I got obsessed with it, and it became, like my thing. When the kids were taking naps, I was making soap. So I just really loved doing it. And it was during the time when you had forums, that the old school ladies that made soap were not very nice.
I remember that.
They were very mean.
You're always
the
sour old ladies.
Oh my God.
Oh my
I would ask a question like, sometimes do like a cinnamon scented soap or something that's like kind of warm like that, your soap can crack if you pour it too hot. So you'll ask like a question like that, and they would be like, how dare you, like, just totally like figure it out yourself. So it's nothing how it is now, which I like actually helping people learn how to make soap. Like, I think it's a really cool thing to do, and I love it. So I still do cold process bars. So we do cold process and hot process, but and our bar soaps are vegan too. There's no tallow in it. And it's the same recipe that we formulated 14, 15 years ago. It's the same thing. And so it's the same bar. Yeah.
That's fun. I love that.
Hey, if it works,
Yes.
hey, if it works good.
I need to mix it. It's not broken. Yeah, for sure.
Now, on that subject, I know a lot of people hear this and are surprised, but on our shave soaps, if you look closely, the soap formula is different on almost every one. I want to think there's like a couple that are the same. I think Warmest Regards and Union, as I look at the table, are the same recipe. And other than that,
they're always
they all
tweaking
vary.
things.
And some of them vary quite a bit.
So
that's
not only
because I like fooling around with stuff.
Yeah, we like adding things and tweaking it and stuff. So
when you're getting, let's say, this one compared to this one, not only you're getting a different scent, but you're also getting a different
a whole different
base.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Like amaretto, for example, we wanted to make sure, because that's an almond scented soap, I wanted to make sure there was almond oil in it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
almond oil.
And that's a softer formula.
That's a very softer formula.
Yeah.
It's like a consistency of like Neosporin, like ointment kind of thing.
Speaking of softer, this
Yeah.
is a shave soap. This is a shave cream. You can obviously see the difference. Color, and then this one's glossy and this one's not at, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's super fun. That you guys have different bases and different, obviously scents, because, well, can I eat that? No.
Tobacco flower is the same as amaretto, though.
It's
Okay.
close.
It's
It's
very,
actually
well, no,
it's technically softer.
meaning that it's a cream.
Yeah, it is a cream.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but this has come in handy in a few occasions, because we've had people contact us saying, "Oh, I'm allergic to like coconut oil." I don't know exactly what it is, but we say, "Well, okay, we've got these soaps that have it and these soaps that don't." So it kind of opens the door up for some people.
Yeah.
Right.
And this smells amazing.
Yeah,
This
I
is
like
probably
it too.
my
Can I
like
eat
most
that?
favorite. My most favorite, like this type of scent, like almond.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So good.
It's almond and a little more.
Yeah. There's
Yes.
it's a little kick to it.
Yeah, this is I actually enabled a few people to buy this. So because
It's
they were
a
like,
great
I
scent.
like this, but then I like that. I'm like, this.
You know what's cool about amaretto is you can layer, like your favorite cologne with it, and it's not going to compete with it usually.
Yeah,
like
the dry down's pretty light. On that one,
yeah.
which I like. I personally, I'm not a big fragrance guy. I like to have
As
less.
we make profit.
I know. I like to have less fragrance on my face. It just gets a little much for me. And Melody's kind of the same way. She's not.
Well, I'm
big.
actually asthmatic, so
Ooh.
like I can't do crazy amounts of fragrance.
Okay.
But I work with fragrance all day long. But I don't work with stuff that is gonna like no phthalates, parabens, that kind of stuff. So we don't do
Yeah.
like
Nice.
that. So I try and I don't know, we use really good expensive fragrance oils. So that's pretty much. Yeah, but I have asthma, so I have to kind of sometimes I get nauseous and stuff too really easily.
Yeah.
So
And I think just generally we're of the thought that keeping fragrance a little lower that's definitely more our style as far as scent strength goes. Looking at the shave community as a whole, we're definitely
in
more
the
towards
moderate,
the middle.
We're more
We're not
middle on the range of fragrance.
Scent bomb.
Because if you look at skincare in general, most skincare companies don't have a product.
Yeah.
And you are adding this to your face.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, and I know we're, with the guys that like a lot of fragrance, but you can always get that through our splash though. So that's a great way. People really want more of a staying factor, then that can help with that too.
Right.
But
Compounded,
So you're both traditional shavers?
Zach is.
Just
You're
me.
not.
No.
That's
I'm
fine.
being
No problem.
honest, girl.
I'm just gonna ask.
She's tried.
I've tried.
That's okay.
No, but I've done like amaretto whipped up in a bowl. I've done that many times. Honestly, it's I just am in a rush. And so we have been coming up with something that's like a pre-whipped shave cream. So we're kind of on that. So for women or men that are like needing to rush out the door. And so it's already pre-done. So we've been kind of tinkering with that. But I tried, like Zack got me like some razor before, but I tried the leaf razor too, the big one. And I've had a couple honestly, it wasn't as intimidating when I first used it as I thought it was going to be, and it went well. But a couple of the little teeny bolts popped out of it. And so my blade gap was all jacked up.
Oh yeah, I can see how the magnets coming out would definitely alter that.
The thing.
So I didn't.
Yeah.
And so the magnet got between my blades, and I shaved my leg, and I'm like, Lord, So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
So that's what
contact Leaf if you haven't already.
for
Contact
sure.
Adam. He's an amazing gentleman.
He'll replace it.
He would take care of you for sure.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Yeah.
So but I do love skincare. I'm like a big skincare junkie. I love products and fragrances. Like
And
that's like
no
huge
exaggeration
part.
there.
Yeah,
Melody is buying stuff,
all the
facial
time.
products constantly.
Yeah, I
Always
love it.
have.
I love it. Yeah, I've always been
Always
like that.
have.
That's part of where I got into this. Like my daughter is 15 and she loves going to Sephora or Ulta or online. And so she definitely is an enabler for me with that stuff. So, but yeah.
Yeah, we have two daughters, 17 and 12,
Oh,
soon
so
to be,
what's up?
yeah, they're both soon to be 30, but but yeah, I mean, all of them, I mean, yes, yeah, they're all traditional shavers, but yeah, skincare, all that kind of stuff, they're starting to come into that a lot more now, you know, because they're teens and stuff, and I get to reap all the benefits. So
She's a little frag head for sure. She loves collecting fragrances.
Okay.
So like
that's our youngest.
yeah.
Yeah. This smells good. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, just don't spray it in my face.
Super into fragrance, and so we do, and she won't let me wear any of her fragrances. So
Of course not. She
Yeah.
don't share with her mom.
No,
They
can't
don't, mine don't
share
want
it.
to share with me either. And I was like,
No.
I'm gonna get my own.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, fuck off.
They have to smell separate.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's-
She's
that's
like, I
what-
don't want you smelling like me. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, fine then. Mm.
Yeah.
So true.
Yep.
Yeah, we had to do she had to do a like a little mini like, you know, fragrance 101 and how to apply and stuff like that, because the first time my youngest, you know,
Right at the neck, I was like,
Oh
girl.
yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, that's a little intense there. Yeah. Yeah. Walk through the fragrance, you know? Like,
right, that's right. So let me see here. So what is your like favorite product to make?
to make.
Well, for
What's
me, it
your-
would be the shave brushes, absolutely. But if we're going to put that aside and talk about
Probably the shave
just
stuff.
our stuff here, actually, I enjoy making the aftershaves now, which is kind of a new. We've only been doing them a couple of years,
Yeah.
but the aftershaves are cool because I can knock out so many of them in a day, and I get a little bit of satisfaction out of that. And it's nice to be able to cross things off the work list.
right.
So I do like being able to do those.
I like doing the shave soaps actually, but I really do like making bar soap. But I do them in such small batches that sometimes it's a lot more work than I think it's. That I
That it's going to be.
like
Well,
I
it's,
use
you know, quality control and smaller batches equal better product at the end. And yeah,
Right.
I can understand that.
And
Yeah.
like, I need to get bigger loaves to do it.
Yeah,
And
we're
there's such, like,
talking
a
about
whole-
kind of expanding the bar soap thing and finding ways to
Very nice.
streamline it a little more
Yeah.
because it's not such a side thing like it used to be. I mean,
Yeah.
it used to be that the shave soaps were 99% of the business, and it's
Mhm.
like there's a lot more demand for the bar soaps, and they're selling out so fast now.
Yeah.
So we got to
Well-
find a way just to keep it up and not break Melody in doing it.
Actually, I like doing the bar soaps because I can just be really creative with scent more, where I don't have to design a label because the label is like half of it, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like both of it. Both of them are fun to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Out of all the products you make, do you have a personal favorite that you use yourself most often?
I think our personal, like Bixby, I always want him to use Bixby. Lately, it's like Bixby smells so good. It just
does.
like so good. I love this one.
Yes.
Agreed. No,
Yeah.
Bixby's a good one. Bixby's probably my new favorite. And
Like it has that hint of smoke at the end, like that
Yeah.
just kind of, and a little.
Damn.
It has that sweetness to it. It's a great scent.
Yep.
Like.
I have this set at home.
I'm
I love it.
very proud of this scent. Like I'm like this is a freaking good scent, man.
we
Like
got
I
that.
love this one.
And Astoria is the other one I use all the time.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
really
Because
likes this
I'm
one.
Oh yeah.
I'm a fan of menthol, so I like to have
Okay.
a bit of chill to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but I
where
love
you-
Bixby. I
Where
always
you guys are at, how cold does it get in the winter?
In Santa Cruz,
like 50.
it was 48 this morning. It really doesn't get a whole lot
We
colder
have the
than that.
slider open and it's like 65 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, dead of winter, it might hit 30 once or twice.
In the morning,
maybe.
not during the
Doesn't last long.
day.
No.
Okay.
Not during
Yeah.
the day. No, not during
Yeah,
the
we
day.
started
Like,
hitting 10 belows here in
Yeah, it's-
Southeast Michigan.
Not Michigan.
Oh my
It's not,
God.
we're not by the
15
lakes.
below. But I'm that person that would use a mentholated soap and splash in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
God.
have to pick up either a Union or a Astoria or both and do some
That's
some
wild.
snow
Wow.
shaves.
Oh gosh, the snow saves.
Astoria is kind of an interesting fragrance because to me it's as much a summer fragrance
Yeah,
as
it is
it
a
is
year-round
like a
fragrance.
Christmas fragrance.
Yeah.
Because it's got those pine notes in it, yet it also has the aquatic
Yeah,
side,
it's
which
like kind of
has that aquatic side to it that makes it really feel like a good summer scent.
like a citrus.
You know?
There's this citrus kind of undertone.
Mm,
And
yeah.
the thing is, when you open up a jar, you gotta let it kind of air out a few seconds. Do you guys do that with everything? You let it kind of, the scent
Give
kind
it a
of,
sec.
you gotta give it a sec, and then it kind of releases it better. Yeah.
Yeah. Either that or I just dive right in and just huff it
Astoria
for like 2 minutes straight.
You know, kind of have pictures with like when you smell scents, do pictures go in your head of like what you kind of feel like when you smell different things? Like,
For
do you
sure.
have like a visual of stuff?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's so awesome. Like,
Yeah,
I think
so-
that's what's so incredible about scent, you know?
Like Havana.
Yeah.
This one right here. So when I smell
I love that.
this one, I think about I had an uncle that had always the sweet cigars.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and he was
Yeah.
like, you know, in real estate, that kind of
Yeah.
guy. He was one of those guys, the first one in the family. My uncle Lalo. He would have, Lalo. He would, he was like the first one to have like the first like portable phone. He had the bag phone. I mean, he was that guy. You know, always, you know, new Cadillac, everything like
Yeah.
that. He was that uncle.
Yeah.
You know, he always show up and flash
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
So when I smell this, I think about when I was a kid, when my uncle would come over and right there.
Yeah.
That's what I think about. Sweet cigars, Cadillacs,
I love
and bag
that.
cell phones.
No,
So
it's so funny how scent can do that. I was just talking to my daughter about this in the car on the way to school today, and it's how powerful that can be, and like how it can trigger. Like if you smell like your ex-boyfriend's cologne, you're instantly thinking about him, you know, or like. In a bad way. Or if you smell like a fragrance, my aunt always wears Angel by like I don't know who makes Angel, and it constantly, like every time I smell it, I think of my aunt. So I just love how powerful fragrance. And for us, I think when we're crafting a scent, we always like to tell a story with everything, and so we kind of think about like, well, what's the visual that we want to kind of feel, and then the label always goes with the scent inside the jar. So you're never going to get something that's like, you know, warmest regards, but yet it's a cool scent inside. No, you know, like, so we always want it to feel that vibe. That's what's in the jar is emulated on the label.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
one's a really good one.
That's a great one. For this time of year.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
that's like the
I love
holiday
this one.
scent
It's
for
so
us.
good.
yeah.
There's a
So
lot
by
of
the way,
Yeah.
Jason, so it's going to be giving away. So TRC is going to be giving away a set of this
great.
right here.
Oh, great.
So soap and splash to one lucky winner. When we get towards the end of the show, we'll do the giveaway. But so somebody be able to take this set home with them besides myself. So
I see Santa Cruz, one of the
Yeah.
coolest places I've ever visited. I just saw that pop up.
Thank you.
nice.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Glad you came by.
Yep. And
Yeah.
Bixby is from the Bixby Bridge in Big Sur.
Down by Big
Okay.
Sur.
Like a really cool bridge, and I love the name Bixby. I actually want to name our next dog Bixby. So but we love that bridge, and so I always wanted to kind of capture that in like kind of a vibe of a scent.
Melody had been talking about Bixby for probably as long as I've known you.
Yeah.
Love that name.
Love that name.
Every time we would go
Yeah.
over the bridge,
Yeah.
she'd bring that up, and she'd
Yeah.
say,
Yes.
"We need to name something. We need to name something Bixby."
Yeah.
Once we got the business going,
Yeah.
and it took us years to do it, but we finally did.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
we were watching. Shout out to the Barbershop Duet because
Okay.
they're also in California,
Super nice.
and they kind of a little insight into the label. So these mean something as far as this correlates with the bridge somehow, correct?
Yeah, so the bridge is an arch.
Okay.
So there's like an arch in the bridge. So
Yeah,
you can
I just
kind
wanted to bring in that kind of geography to it. We wanted to get those arcs in there and just give it. I didn't want to literally put a bridge in there, but we wanted to give some of that feel to
the
it.
vibe of
So,
that essence of it.
yeah, and
not
then-
be so literal. Like
Exactly.
yeah. So
And then we've got, the filigree in there is something that's kind of a repeating pattern with us. A lot of our soaps have some sort of a decorative
we always want a
filigree
vintagey,
element to it.
like a vintagey
Yes.
vibe to it. So yeah.
Yeah.
All of our soaps they all go with each other. Like none of them are very out there. They
Right.
all look good, like on
This
the
is,
table.
I mean,
So
so also on the Bixby, it says 1932, and that's
when
the
it was
year that the bridge was finished.
yeah.
And
Oh.
we
That's fun.
wanted just to have
That's
that
fun.
label to
Right
to
there.
feel like it was a 1930s kind of label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dress,
Yeah.
vintage,
Yeah.
color palette.
Gosh, I
That's
just
fun.
absolutely adore you guys' artwork.
Oh.
Thank you.
I know somebody mentioned earlier too. That's what helps give great shave of the days is if you have tremendous artwork.
Yeah.
Makes it that much easier to do
Yes.
shave of the day photos.
I
But
think
no.
that's yeah, we love them.
Yeah,
I love
that's great.
seeing what people do for the shave of the days.
Yeah.
I always try and put it up on like our story. So if you tag us and stuff, I always put it up on our story of the guys' shave of the days because it's cool to just share it with everybody.
Very fun.
I love it.
Yes. What are a few things you would like people to know about your brand
Something that maybe we may not know.
already?
Well, I don't know. I think everyone knows everything about our
You'd think, yeah.
No.
Well, I think that one of the more important things that separates us is the fact that like we talked about before, in-house,
everything.
that's just kind of the
Yeah.
policy with
Yep.
us.
Yeah.
And coming up with this artwork, besides the fact that it's something we both have to love and agree on that goes with the idea of the product, it is all made from scratch. So we don't do any AI generated artwork.
Well, we're never going to just get a scent and throw it in a jar and put a label out and sell it. That's just like some people do that. Power to them. We just don't do that. And so a lot of consideration and testing goes into each product for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I never want someone to really hate our product. And, luckily, fingers crossed, I don't get those emails of people saying, your product sucks. I want a refund, so I don't get that. And so we won't release it. If I wouldn't have my own dad or my brother use it, I'm not going to sell it to the public. And
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go.
I have a dog appointment. So we'll never just throw something out there just to throw it out there.
Yeah, and our line right now, I just we're at 9 soaps.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever go past 10. Like honestly, I think if we got to pass that, we're gonna remove one and replace it with something new because it's just the two of us and it's too much.
Yeah.
So based on that, you can see we're never gonna just release a strawberry scent. It's never gonna just
maybe
we're
a
never
bar
just gonna
soap.
throw something out there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be something that's gonna be well planned and really part of a cohesive line for us.
I think the
We wanna-
story aspect is always really important too.
Yeah, and we want to just
Yeah.
keep whatever we do very functional and usable for people.
For sure.
Novelty soaps are not something we really do. We don't have any that are like so much menthol it's going to hurt your face, or
I've been there.
Yeah.
We want
That's
stuff to
terrible.
be usable
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
So that's what we do, and we
Yeah.
don't have a huge line. So as a result, we need to kind of be considerate what we
But-
release.
Just after he's saying that, we're not Xing anything out anytime soon.
No.
Like,
we're not planning.
no,
Okay.
No.
But
Because
we're
we're
scare the
like,
people.
wait.
We're not gonna
Yeah.
play with-
don't worry.
We're not gonna have
Like
50
Zack?
cents. That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, we're not gonna ever be
Yeah.
like a
We
50 cent.
and as a result, we're gonna be probably more conservative to what those scents are. It's gonna
Yeah, I mean, I love feedback from guys of like what they kind of like. Our top seller, I don't know what our top seller for you guys is, but Amaretto, Old School, and Havana are like our 3 top. But it
I haven't
seems like, most people
I actually don't have
that
access to that, so I don't know.
most most people that purchase from us usually come back and buy more. I mean, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's this.
Your bar soaps, do they also coincide with the fragrances of your shave soaps?
Okay,
Or vice versa?
So that's good you brought that up, because actually this December I'm going to release all of the shave soaps in a bar soap.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm a big person on like scent layering. So we
Yeah.
have like TRC has its own line of bar soaps.
Yeah.
And then I'm walking around the store going,
What does this smell like?
What does
this smell like?
What does this smell like? Does
Yeah.
this go with this? Does this
Yeah.
match this? Can we scent layer with this?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's
So-
also provided that they
Yeah.
all
Okay.
work. I mean, there's testing. These fragrances don't always work in that style of soap.
Okay.
I think the only one that could be a problem is Old School, because we've tested that before in a cold process soap, and it morphs, it changes.
It got
Okay.
So I'm not,
Okay.
I won't release crap. That's all. Just
Yeah.
tell you that I'm not going to release it just because it's like, oh, well, it's good in that. It should be good in this. Like, it has to be good.
Yeah.
Has to be good.
Right.
Yep,
We
I
have
understand.
now.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
tested tobacco flower, and I've tested
Astoria.
Havana in the back, and we have Astoria now.
We're good.
So-
It's all good.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Good.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad to hear that. I am.
Yeah.
And I'm also reading a few of the comments here in the community saying they're, appreciative of your, your family values and keeping everything in house and not only just releasing, you're like, oh, this looks good, we're going to put it with this,
Yeah.
You actually take
Yeah.
time and you test things and you're like, okay, we like this. Okay, no, this doesn't work. Okay,
Right.
we can improve upon this, or I like this the way it is,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's like minimalistic, because it's really not.
Yeah.
From the labels to the soap to the image,
There's a
everything,
lot
I'm just like,
behind it.
oh my gosh,
There's
this
a lot
is
going into this.
yeah, amazing and fabulous.
Yeah.
And you guys do this together
Yeah.
as a team, as well as, Melody with your bar soaps first. And he's like, I need a save soap. So, I mean, you were just right on top of that. Like, well, let me see what I can do for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is fantastic.
And we raised 2 kids. So it's like, I'm
not
a
including that.
full-time taxi driver on top of all of this.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's definitely a family affair. Like, we have the kids like, can you help? And they're like, no. Okay. Like, that's like,
Can you just put the labels on?
yeah.
No
Going
way.
back to your point about just throwing things out and rushing things along, one of the most important things to me in anything that I've ever done, whether it be the Moon soaps, the brushes that we make, my rock posters, music I've recorded in the past, is that I put out something of quality that people are going to appreciate, and that I can build a level of trust with people, that they know I'm personally involved with it. And for Moon soaps, that we are involved with it, that they know that they can trust what they're going to get from us.
Yeah.
So that's like rule 1. We've got to build a solid foundation. So, we're constantly looking things over and making sure we're doing it right. And anything that needs to be changed, we're changing it as quickly as we can.
I think a good example of that is Sorrento. Sorrento was a really great scent. It was kind of like a lemony cologne scent. A great label. Love that label. And it would morph and it would smell funky after several months, like 4 months in, and we didn't test it. This was a long time ago enough where we tested it, and then later we found like, oh, that gets morphy. So we pulled it. As soon as that got funky, we just pulled them, unfortunately, because I love that scent. It's so good. It's such a good scent. But it would morph in the soap. And so we tried so many different ways to tweak it and everything. So hopefully we come back with something. It might be the same label, but like a different scent profile.
I've been tinkering with a lot of citrusy fragrances and trying to get something that might be similar. And it's, we've had success with some things, but we haven't really put it all together yet as a final soap. So it's something we've been playing with, but
I think
it's not there yet.
It's not. I don't see it in the near future. So we still get like people wanting it, and I have to tell them like it's just not perfect yet. And so, we were even thinking about releasing just the splash because it does well in the splash or the balm. So then we might do that,
or possibly a cologne.
Yeah, the cologne.
There's been some requests in the comments for cologne.
EDP. EDP.
Yeah.
So I think that could definitely happen. Like we could definitely come up with some of those. Yeah. So
the people have spoken broken.
For sure.
No, I think it's so awesome. But I love the fact that your lineup is the way it is, because like you said, there's a lot of heart that goes into that
Yeah.
lineup. So you can, I mean, we're spoiled. We're able to be here and smell everything.
Yeah.
But it's But I mean, it's your guys' stuff is one of those things that I would absolutely have no problem blind buying and know that I'm going to get great quality,
Oh, thank you.
great sense, and it's going to look amazing too on my shelf, so on my in my den. So it's going to look good.
I always come from the thing of like treat people the way you want to be treated, and I feel like that's key to our customer service and also with our product. I don't want anyone to get a crappy product from us or crappy customer service. So I think that's yeah.
So going on from that too, so is there a like philosophy or ethos that you like guides your work also in your company?
Oh, gosh.
I think
we kind of talked about it, like,
yeah.
But I think our art background, I mean, Zack and I have been together for 24 years, and we met.
Nice.
How old are you people? You don't look that old.
I'm
a lot older than
I'm
you
old.
think.
Like, So
what?
Great skincare, people.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Oh no, the California sun has like, whew. If anything, I tell people sunscreen, 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 you know, so, yeah, so I just feel like being a part of music has always been a part of our lives, and also art, and then bringing those together and making products together. Because when I started this business, he was never supposed to be part of it. And then, you know, having him come aboard on it and like help me making labels and all of that kind of stuff, like it's created a cool company that we really are proud of and we love. And like we try and share that with our kids, you know, like a good work ethic and you know, treating people right and being proud of what, you know, all you can do is your best. That's all, you know, and so that's what we try and kind of do. And we always want to tell a story through scent and label. So I think
we like people to be part of what we're doing too. I think that's important. We want to be inclusive. Sure. We want to make sure that everybody can enjoy this and not feel like it's not for them.
Yeah,
because it definitely is. If you want to put the time into learning how to shave properly, we've got the stuff for you.
Yeah.
And
so does the company.
And I like the fact that you guys keep things in perspective like that, you know, like scent strength, things like that. So like one of the reasons why when, you know, we found wet shaving too was because of her sensitivities to a lot of the stuff that was on the shelf in the department stores.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was one of the main things that spearheaded our journey.
Her reaction then, like what would happen? Like
I would be itching in the middle of the night, so I sleep on my side, but I would sleep on my back and just be scratching at my armpits and my neck and on my shoulders, and Angela would do this in the middle of the night. Scares me, wakes me up, and I'm like, what? And he's like, stop scratching. I'm like, I'm scratching. Go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm all red. It was red. It was itchy. I didn't even know I was scratching.
What were you using though? I got it at like Dove or something. Like
foam can stuff, and I'm like, but it wasn't fragranced. It was just the ingredient, and I'm like, it's not good.
That list of Dove ingredients is insane.
Yeah, if you look
at
the
forever long. It's like
you can't pronounce any of it.
It's a detergent.
It's all made in a lab.
Yeah, it's really bad stuff. Like it's not good for your skin. Your skin should never feel tight like that. I've said this in so many like interviews and stuff, but your skin should never have that tight feeling. A bar soap or a body wash should never do that to your skin. And that goes for bar soap. You know, I've tried a lot of other bar soaps that just can strip your skin.
Yeah.
I think my daughter has eczema, and so she has to use our bar soap, and she's used, you know, a lot of the trendy stuff that it's very popular on TikTok, or a scrub, and then she'll end up with a whole rash on her arm.
Oy.
You know, and so I'm like, no, use my bar soap and use the post shave balm.
Mhm.
So she uses the shave balm on her legs, and we're out right now. And she's like, "Mom, you need to make me my balm." Like, yes.
Where is my ball, Mom?
Yeah, yeah. So like,
Is that TRC?
so like, it really does help to use good skincare on your body. It's not
Yeah.
just your face too. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we switched completely over to pretty much 90% of most of our stuff to some form of like natural, sustainable type of better type of ingredient.
Yeah, and then when I started wet shaving, I started completely scentless. I bought things that had no scent in them. Like I bought a vegan and a tallow base of different same company,
Yeah,
two different
soaps,
formulas,
just
and
trying
I'm
to-
like, okay, this works. Okay, this works. But I used them, like I had to use one for a week and be like, okay, do I like this? Okay, I like this, but does my body like this?
You got to test.
So then I would do the next week with the other one, and I'm like, okay, we still like this one too, and I'm not freaking out and itching and breaking out and causing rashes and having bumps and like, oh, so yeah.
Like he was having ingrown hairs really bad on his neck when he, like the whole really, really bad ingrown hairs.
I mean, they were huge, and I was like, "Are you a teenager? Do you have pizza neck? Except it's not pizza face, it's pizza neck." And he's like,
"Oh, I'm like, it, and they hurt." Yeah,
it was not only the shaving cream I was using, but it was those cartridge razors too. You get into a single blade, it makes all the difference.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I tell people that's like equally as important as getting to a product that doesn't have chemicals or any kind of irritants in it. You got to look at the big picture.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I have to definitely ask this question. So what is your favorite razor right now to use?
I have a Rockwell, the 6S, 6S, yeah, and I've had that for many years, and I've got a ton of razors since, and none of them compare to that one. That's still my number one.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. What plate?
5.
Okay.
Nice.
Once I used 5, I never left. I've never been the kind of guy to tinker around with it. That's always really fun.
And he uses the same blades every time too.
Oh yeah, what blade?
Astra blades.
Okay.
Yeah.
The greens?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, those are popular. Yeah, I use those on my underarms.
Used,
strictly only.
Persona in the past too. I remember getting a box of 100 of those, and those were pretty comparable. I like those a lot too.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other blades, man, talk about a difference. So
right.
Like the blades. In fact, a guy I work with was looking to get into wet shaving, and I recommended the Rockwell razor for him, and he got it, and he said he started using it. He's like, God, it's really cutting up my face. And I asked, well, what blades are you using? So the blades that it came with, the Rockwell blades. Okay, here's the problem. I gave him some of those Astra blades. He's like, world of difference. World of difference.
Yeah, that is a great combination for sure. People are agreeing. Yeah, just get different blades. Don't use the don't use the blades.
No.
People rave
one of the
feather blades, and I've never had good luck with those. And they are sharp.
They are.
They're sharp. They just don't do it for me.
I tried them, and I tried them when I first started, and then I tried them again a couple of weeks ago. They just don't agree with me.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the beauty of this, is that you can cater this to you individually. You're not stuck to something proprietary.
And
So,
you wouldn't think the blade would really make that much difference. I mean, when you look at it, it's the thinnest piece of metal. It's sharp. It shouldn't make a whole ton of difference, but my God, it does.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
and hard
it's
water.
just so amazing.
Yeah, that's another thing. Where
we have the worst water.
The worst
ever.
water you could ever shave.
There's the scale of hard water, and we are the top.
We're like a 10.
We're the 9, 10 of hard water.
Goodness.
It sucks. So
I think we're at 12.
Hotels, like we go to a hotel. Very rarely do we go to a hotel, but or my dad's, and it's like, oh, my hair feels better, your skin feels better, like
shaving with soft water.
Yeah, you're like, so nice. What's happening?
We have very high calcium in our water.
Twice as slick,
Yeah. Oh, it's so much different. So when we make, because we have very high calcium in our water, it's very hard water. But so what we do, we just buy the jug of distilled water, and we use that in a mister.
Doing that.
Yeah, we just heard about that recently, and I was like, Oh my gosh, this makes such a, it's like a puffy cloud. And I was like, oh, I can make lather now.
Yeah.
Well,
Shout
so
out
I
to
think
Mac and the
it's
Canadian
good.
market
Yeah.
for that tip.
It's good for
Yeah.
us because if
Yeah.
our soap works well with our
That
water,
crappy
I know
water, it's
Okay.
gonna do good. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, you see the difference in the in your lather. You see the difference in your skin when you're using like distilled water when you're going to make your lather, and
Yeah.
it's just like you're saying when you different than what you're used to.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of difference.
It
A lot
does
of
make
difference.
sense. It does.
So, what do you guys do for fun when you're not doing this?
Oh, fun? What's
I don't even know.
I know because I'm like, well, wait a minute. We're
It's like, wait.
we're all parents. We're like,
Yeah, work seems to be all encompassing, but
we live like we're lucky where we live because we live in a really beautiful area. So we're about 7 minutes from the beach, and so we go to the beach a lot. And then we're by like the redwood trees. So there's my favorite place is Henry Cowell, and it's up in the mountains, and they have huge redwood trees. So I love going hiking in the big redwood trees.
yeah, during the warmer months, my days off will almost always start with an early morning walk on the beach.
Very nice.
I'll try to get down there for a couple hours. And,
Yeah.
usually there's no one else around. And in the summer, especially, it's thick fog, and it's just a really beautiful thing for me. So I'll do that, and then I'll come home, and we'll start on whatever projects. And once everybody's up and going, yeah, maybe we get out to the forest or.
We like Marvel comics, like, and DC too.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, my son is a comic book junk,
The two of us
we're
spend a
very
lot of time
proud of
doing
him.
comic book collecting and
nice.
hunting down our next purchase. That's something we're always.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I have to brag a little bit. I actually got to hold a Hulk 181.
Oh boy!
whoa.
Yes.
That's nice.
Hold. We don't have it or own it. He just
It
got
wasn't
to
mine. It was my
touch
friend's.
But then he
Wolverine.
Yeah.
First appearance of Wolverine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
and
a good one.
also a New Mutants '98, which was the first appearance of Deadpool. So
nice.
I got to hold.
We were up at a shop about a month and a half ago, and the guy pulled out from behind the counter. And the shop we go to, it's A1 Comics
In
up in Sacramento, and it's an old bank. So they have a vault there, the actual bank vault where they keep all the really good stuff. But my son was going through all kinds of boxes, and we're talking with the guys, and the guy goes in the back and he pulls out an Amazing Fantasy number 15, which is the first appearance of Spider-Man ever. And graded at like a 1. It was like thrashed, but it was still like $13,000.
Oh yeah.
And so it was just kind of a treat to see those kind of things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really cool comic book store. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. That is so cool. I'd love to have seen that for sure.
Yeah.
So we got some questions from the viewers we're going to go through, and then we'll do this giveaway as well. So, okay. So, Ian, 2-part question. Forgive me, looks like you were playing for lead guitarist from Anthrax. Nice. So, big music fan. Do you sell your posters?
Do I sell them? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If you go on to kentdesigns.com, everything that I have in stock is on that website now. And I actually, when I first hurt my wrist before I had surgery, there wasn't a whole lot I could do. I was sitting around. So I actually took that point and redesigned my whole website and went through all my inventory. I found stuff that I thought I was sold out of, and then I found that I was sold out of stuff that I had. So everything is up to speed, and it was all fresh photos of everything, and it's looking pretty nice. So I'd love it if people take a look.
Yeah, Zack was a bass player we forgot to say that.
Yeah. That's how I started. On my website, the whole story's there, but I mean, that's how I started out. I was playing music professionally for a good while.
Oh, nice.
And then I kind of got into graphic design and left the music thing behind.
Yeah.
Just because it was a little easier to work by myself than with a group of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Former drummer, by the way.
All right.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
How did you come up with the Tradewind scent? It's one of their all-time favorites in their den.
Well, actually, Tradewinds, let's see. Like, it kind of started, we were looking at doing a pirate theme label. And I remember we had started working on.
Well, it came from a bar soap. That was a bar
Yeah,
soap
this was
thing.
a bar soap for a really long time. I had been doing this scent for a long time, and Paul from Lather Me Whiskers, it's one of his favorite scents of the bar soaps, and he was like, "You got to get into a shave soap, Melody." I'm like, "Okay, Paul, for you, I'll do it." You know. So
Paul's
like,
awesome.
Chris Bailey pushed on that one pretty hard too.
Yeah.
There's a few people that pushed us,
So
and we did it.
it was like during COVID, we had a lot more time to chat with people and stuff. And I got to say, the community is really awesome too. So like,
Yeah,
but,
we're finding that we're enjoying the community as well.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of great people.
like it really
Just amazing.
helped
Yeah.
us get through COVID. Honestly, was talking and chatting with all the guys online and stuff. So I have to say that. But yeah, so we were working on like a pirate label, and we just were bumping heads. And I'm like, this looks like a cheap, you know, not this label, but when we were working on it, I'm like, it looks like a cheap like skipper menu from a crappy seafood restaurant. I'm not doing this, you know. He's my husband, and so like that's how we work together. Is we're flat out, you know.
She's absolutely the hardest client I've ever worked with. And I've done client work for years.
So I was like, well, okay, let's smell it again. And then what other visuals do we get? And it was like, we've always loved the old school tiki vibe of stuff, kind of like the Trader Vic's, that kind of stuff. So then we're like, let's do like a cool, like tiki old school, like the really cool, like kind of, what's the other name that we like? I forget. Anyway.
Shag.
Not Shag. No, but the other guy. He's older. So we have like old tiki magazines and books and stuff that we get kind of inspired by.
So yeah, we went from the pirate idea and we just kind of shifted gears a little and we came up with this. But what's funny about that is that's actually where I started before we did the pirate thing. Is I had this whole tiki thing laid out, and I was like, I don't want to do that. That's not going to work.
So then we've been butting heads.
Yeah.
And I go out, his office is that he has a studio out in the backyard, and I go out there. I'm like, I picked up the kids from school or something like that, and it was like I go back there and I'm like, why don't we just do like a tiki vibe for the label? And he's like, are you effing kidding me? And I'm like, no. And he's like, I wanted to do that all along. And I'm like, okay.
So as soon as she said that, I had this label. I knocked it out in like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was done.
It was no problem. It just took us all that time. That's the way it works. You have to find out what doesn't work first.
You can't
force
force it. Because you kind of force it. If you force it and you're like, no, I'm going to just do it, whatever, suck it up and do it, then it never works. Like sometimes you have to step away from something and then it like all kind of fits into place, you know? That's
for sure.
I love it. It's so cool. I would definitely have that hanging on a wall. I love that.
Awesome.
It's a cool.
I did my best to kind of really get that 1950s, 60s
Yes.
the color palette. You know, I did a lot of research to really try to get it true to what was actually going to be on a matchbook or a coaster. And this was kind of modeled after a coaster. If you can look closely at it, you'll even see I put a drink ring on it as if a beer had sat down.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right there.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so. I did not notice that. That is so cool.
My mom used to live in Palm Springs, and so we would go and visit her in Palm Springs a lot. And this is kind of that vibe too of like Palm Springs.
Those were the days before kids.
Yeah, before kids.
What were those days like? I don't remember.
What's life?
So Lothar Groomy asked, did I see somewhere that Zack plays guitar? Yeah.
Bass. I was a bass player.
It was a bassist.
For a lot of different bands. Did it for a good long while.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome.
The funny thing is I haven't touched a guitar in I don't even know how many years.
He still has all the equipment though, won't get rid of any of it. But he has dreams that our kids will play.
I hope that the kids will take it up. That's my dream.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't touched a kit in decades, in a long time. But I always played, like Latin percussion, stuff like that. So
nice.
Love it. But I haven't.
I was in a number of different styles of band, but punk, ska.
Oh, nice.
I played metal, rock. I played doom. A lot of different
stuff.
You
opened for No Doubt. Right?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We played with some bigger bands.
Like the bigger bands. And then I don't know. It kind of kids came around, and then
even before that,
he
it
got
got to
kind
the
of
point
fried.
where I was just spending way too much time doing it
Mm-hmm.
because it's a business that you have to run with other people that aren't business minded.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot of work.
Oh,
and,
I know, man.
some of your
I was in a
best
band for
friends,
almost 10 years. I know.
Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah.
it's your best friends when you start, and then it becomes guys you don't even want to talk to anymore.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just
just
hard.
saw you a few hours ago.
Yeah.
It's not going to change.
Right.
Spot Shaves asks, how do you print your posters? Do you do absolute lithographies? Are you still screen printing or?
Yeah. Okay. So screen printing, I had a whole shop, and I was doing T-shirt printing and as well as graphic design, and we kind of found that because Moon Soaps was taking off so much, I never had time to actually do the work. I was turning jobs down.
Mm-hmm.
So what we decided to do is pack my screen printing T-shirt press up. I had a 6-station 8-color press.
Okay.
And I took it apart, put it at the corner of the shop, and we just kind of we brought in some more shelving and another work table, and we just devoted the entire shop to Moon Soaps. And we just kind of made that our spot. And we said we're going to give it a year and see how that goes. And it went incredibly well. Our sales just shot up, and it made no sense at all to put the press back together. So I liquidated the shop and got completely out of the T-shirt game. But I did keep my poster press, which is very small, and all my larger screens that I use for screen print posters. So yeah, all my posters that you see on the website, those are all screen printed. And I still have the stuff to do that, and I want to get back to that more than anything, but I don't know where this time is going to come from.
Yeah.
Being that I'm months behind with this hand thing, once I'm to do it, I'm going to have to be doing brushes, and it's going to be a long while before I get to it. But my plan is to get back to it because I love doing it. I love being able to work with bands and venues and promoters. These are some people I've maintained contacts with since going back to when I was 21 years old. So yeah.
I love it. Go ahead. So
you've only retired one of your soaps? Is that?
Yes, just one. Sorrento.
Okay. Sorrento.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was a question. I was like, what?
Yeah, but we're gonna probably release it just a different scent. But the label's really good. We love the label, so
It's a good label.
Yeah.
Oh, how kind. BBS Live wants to give away a soap and set of the winner's choice.
Nice.
So that was super kind. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's all.
I think that was it.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's do these giveaways.
Yes.
Oh, that is so cool. Thank you, Nate and Mel. You guys are amazing.
Yep.
BBS.live. All right, so how we do it, we have you guys pick a number. Well, since there's two of you, we have each one of you pick a number. So we got 32 people watching right now. So for the Warmest Regards set, which is given away by Jason, the Razor Company, pick a number between 1 and 32.
I'm going to say 16.
Okay.
If
Okay.
I pick the first one.
You can pick it, honey.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll pick 16.
Okay, so this one is, you just asked a question to Peter, which is Spot Shaves. So Spot_Shaves. Nice. You'll be receiving this. I actually just met him not too long ago in Canada. So congratulations. You are getting.
Hopefully you don't have that one. And it's, like I said, it's a great one for getting into this fall season.
It is a good
Yes.
scent.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful scent. So congratulations, Peter. All right, so for the winner's choice scent on behalf of BBS.live, Nate and Mel. So, Melody, go ahead. Pick a number 1 to 32.
Let's say 3.
Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
I got to manually count down.
I see your angle.
Yeah. I like the number.
Oh my gosh.
Yay! So this is going to go to Katie, Lady Wet Shaver, who's still kind of fairly new in the community.
Oh, awesome.
Well, that's
So
great.
congratulations to you, Katie. She's actually right up in Alaska.
She is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, a tremendous, amazing lady. She might actually like that one. Just saying.
She just said she
Yeah.
wants warmest
And
regards.
she likes warmers. Hey, it's her
Yeah.
choice. Whatever she wants.
Yeah, whatever she wants.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
thing is, do they pay for shipping, or is that how that works, or you guys pay for international shipping?
When we do when TRC does giveaways,
Mhm.
TRC pays for shipping
Okay.
and product as
Okay, because I'm thinking maybe we should give away like 3 bars of soap
well. Oh,
to
fun!
somebody. Do you want to do that? Here, like, so
Okay.
I have like different bars.
Oh, they're so pretty!
So-
Oh my gosh!
So I was
Wow, is that
thinking
glitter?
about doing like
Ooh.
a giveaway for that. So if you guys want to pick a number, can you do that, or do we need to pick a number?
Oh, however you want to get down.
Right now,
Yeah.
I need to pick a number. Do you want to do it? Okay.
So, this is so it'd be for a 3-pack.
Yeah, it's a 3 bars of soap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let the lady choose because that's what a good husband would be. He knows.
There's no picking.
Yeah,
No
I know,
peeking.
right?
I'll pick number 18.
18.
Oh,
Okay. Which little tidbit on the 28th of this month? It's our 18th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
So-
That's awesome. Oh.
That's why she's like
See,
18.
you
I'm
guys
like,
have been married a long time like us, then you know what's up. Like,
Yes.
you grow together.
oh yes, yes.
We're growing old together.
Don't you know, girl?
It's funny you say that when you first get married, but you never really think it's going to happen.
And then one day,
It's happening.
oh,
No, but it really is happening. It's like, wow, you know.
Nice. So this is gonna go to Red Lake 1963,
Okay.
which is JD.
so JD, you're gonna contact Moon Soaps for the bar soaps.
Yeah.
So like after the show ends, just send
Yeah.
him a message. Hey, I was the one that won the
And
bar soaps.
I'll send you
Yeah.
his Instagram handle too,
Yeah.
so that
Oh,
way.
good. Okay, perfect. Congrats.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Okay,
I'll
good.
take care of that. And then Nate and Mel, I'll send. Well, if I'm sure they have because she watches the show, but I'll
Yeah.
also send that to Lady West Shavers. So yeah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Hope everyone enjoys everything.
oh yeah, it's Moon Soap. She can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So she just can't go wrong.
Thank you.
So all right, well,
Thank
let's
you
wrap
for
that up. This has been an amazing time getting to know you guys. This has been so much fun.
Thanks
So
for having us.
Of course.
I know we had tried to do it a few months back, and I had a family emergency, so thanks for your
Yeah.
patience.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
not a
that's-
problem at all.
yes, whatever
Yeah.
works for you
Yeah.
guys.
It was
Yes.
very last minute, so I really appreciate it. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love chatting with everybody, and you guys are so awesome, and the community are full of really amazing people, and we
I
just feel
agree.
lucky to do what we do. Honestly.
Yeah, we are very grateful for that
Yeah.
too. Because I'm like, ooh.
Yes, and we will keep you in business. Believe
Oh yes.
that.
I will. No, I'm joking.
We will help keep you guys in business.
No,
So
thank you.
she already has a stack of
I'm like,
stuff over
listen,
here for
yep,
me.
it's
So.
everything.
Nice. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. If you stuck around till the end, thank you so much. We'll see everyone next week here at the Riser Company for another Artisan Spotlight. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
You guys have a good night. See you later.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.